Assume that this is a code snippet from an inbox activity.java file within an email app. Now there's a lot of code here with concepts you haven't learned before, so it's okay if you didn't get this one correct. Let's walk through it together. First, we create an integer variable called number of emails in inbox. We initialize the variable to have a value of 0. Then we create another integer variable called number of draft emails, and we initialize that to have a value of 2. Next, we create a string variable called email message, and the value is you have blank emails, where blank is actually a variable referring to number of emails in inbox. So this evaluates to you have 0 emails, because this variable has a value of 0. Next, we have another string variable called draft message. The value is you have blank email drafts. Blank actually refers to number of draft emails, and this has a value of 2. So this right-hand side maps to you have 2 email drafts. So far we have 4 variables, and nothing has been printed to the logs yet. Now we have an if statement. There's no else block of code down here, and that's perfectly fine. This statement reads, if the number of emails in inbox equals 0, then perform the code within these opening and closing braces. We remember that number of emails in inbox is equal to 0, so this code in the opening and closing braces would get executed. It simply updates the email message variable to say you have no new messages. Okay, so we know that the latest value of email message is you have no new messages, and the latest value of draft message is up here. You have 2 email drafts. Let's continue reading. There's another if statement down here. If the number of draft emails equals 0, then perform the code within the opening and closing braces. However, number of draft emails has a value of 2. That means this condition here is false, and we can skip this block of code. Therefore, the draft message variable stays at the value of you have 2 email drafts. It does not update to this new message. Finally, we're back in the regular execution flow of the method. There's no more if statements, and we can run this line of code, which prints to the logs. It prints the email message to the logs, and then next it prints the draft message to the logs. At this point in time, email message says you have no new messages, and draft message says you have 2 email drafts. Looking at our choices, option C is what we want. Option A is incorrect because we don't print out the message at every point in time. We only have 2 lines of code that print to the logs. Option B is incorrect because the email message string gets updated within the if statement. And there's actually 2 email drafts, not 0 email drafts, so the second log statement is also incorrect. That leaves the remaining correct choice, option C.